In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Christ is risen. Today we commemorate the Holy Myrrh-bearers. We commemorate these brave women. We remember their work and their dedication to the Lord. On that early morning, that morning of tragedy, mourning the loss of their master, mourning the loss of their teacher, but inspired by love, they go to the tomb. They go to the tomb to tend to Jesus. We also see of Joseph of Arimathea, who, although in the time of Jesus walking with him on the earth, he did not display this courage. It says very clearly in the gospel that he bravely, with courage, he went and asked for the body of Jesus. This is important because the reality of our own life with Jesus is revealed here. I remember when my mother passed away, and I remember being in the midst of the funeral and looking upon my mother's body. And I remember the feeling of a particular kind of loneliness, because my sister and I, we were the only ones really left, and everyone was mourning my mother, but there was something different. The connection of love that my sister and I had with our mother, we looked upon her differently than everyone else did. And this is something very hard for people to understand that they've never really experienced death. Because as Christians, just like Jews, we have a tradition. When someone passes away, we gather, we pay our respects. We pay respects to the person who's passed away. And we feel sorrow. We may have known and loved this person to a degree, but life kind of moves on. But depending on your relationship to the person who's passed away, you will see the body very differently. I saw my mother differently than everyone else did. Why? Because of my love for her. And my love for my mother, I can tell you, was greater than my own grief. My grief caused me to suffer pain deeper than everyone else, yes, but it also inspired me to live in such a way that would honor my mother because I loved her. See? And so the Myrrh-bearing women, they were inspired by the love of Christ. It moved them out of just the kind of tradition, the formality, the expectation. They didn't just do what was expected of them. They did what moved them out of love. They didn't care what other people thought. Why would you do this? Why would you spend all this money to care for this dead teacher already? You've already mourned for him. Why would you do this? People who think this way, they didn't have the love for Christ that they did. Because love inspires courage. Love inspires greatness. Love inspires a desire to remember. Love moves you beyond just your obligation and your duty in a community, or your obligation and your duty in religion. And so for many of you, you may be even maybe feeling guilty of what I'm saying. You may not even understand what I'm saying. But you will. When death touches you, you will. You'll understand. But I appeal to you as your spiritual father that you should understand on another level. Why? Because your love for Christ is precisely what determines whether you're alive or whether you're dead. Are your prayers cold? Are you just kind of going through the motions? It's because you have no love. And so now you would say to me, well, Father, how do I get love? How do I love Christ? I say my prayers. I'm here in church right now. Shouldn't you just saying this sermon for the people that aren't in church? Maybe. But I know that many of us struggle with coldness. Many of us struggle with just checking the boxes. And yes, I preach about checking the boxes, and yet we still struggle with checking the boxes. So here is the secret. Don't just do what's asked of you. Don't just do your bare minimum. And that's why you have no love. You see, the love for God will inspire you not to perform better in the community, not that people would see you as more pious. No. The love of God will inspire you in such a way where you don't care if anyone even sees you, let alone what they think about you. Your love for God will carry you to places you didn't even think was possible. Many of us have had this experience. We're shocked that we're in the Orthodox Church. We're shocked that we're maybe a priest or a reader or a nun, or that we go to services all the time. We're shocked. Because the love of God gave us a different kind of madness. It brought us to a place of inspiration. But some of us may have had it and lost it. And you lost it because you began to just do the bare minimum. No. It's going above and beyond. That's where the love is found. That's how you get the love back. You don't just do what's expected. You do what's pulling you. You do the thing that is outside of you. You do the thing that is greater than you. That's love. That's love. And that's the love that the Myrrh-bearers had. Can you imagine? If they had been caught, arrested, or maybe even worse, who knows what they have done to those women? They didn't care. Their love inspired them for something so much greater. So, we know better than they do. At that moment in time, on that dark morning, they didn't know that he's risen, but we do. And in your heart, do you sing Christ is risen? Of course you do during the Paschal season, because we're all doing it. But what I'm saying to you is, you need to say Christ is risen all the time. Because a heart that's in love and a heart that is consumed with the fire of God sings Christ is risen year round. Christ is risen. Church.